What's next? Meditation is easy. There is no one path to meditation. There's no one true, perfect way. Every meditation is personal. But there's one thing that all meditation involves. That's to compassionately listen to the mind chatter without judgment, without anger, without defense, without taking any offense to what the mind says. You got to remember that meditation is to quiet the mind. So when you quiet the mind, the ego, who's been yelling at you all day long, what you've been ignoring, is now still at that high level of pay attention to me, and just going to start saying these weird things, these offensive things to get your attention. It's just how the ego works. The ego's pretty primitive. And it's a bad defense mechanism that's, wired wrong and been reprogrammed by society in itself. So once you start working with the ego, once you start listening to the ego compassionately, without judging it, without getting angry with it, without having to defend yourself from it, you just listen to it, because even though the ego says a lot of horrible things, it really doesn't mean it. It just wants your attention, but it doesn't know how to ask for it in the right way. And as you meditate more and more, different parts of your mind will be able to quiet down. Others will become a little bit noisier. And there's going to be parts that your mind is just going to become very interesting and kind of target your attention. You don't want to have any real focus on anything. You just want to have it come to you and then flow by. You're just observing it without justifying anything, without defending anything, without analyzing anything. It's just going to come and go like sticks on a river. It's going to come it's going to just float past you, and you're just going to observe it. And a lot of times they tell you how to quiet, relax, deep breathing, and focus on the breathing. It's all about diverting your attention, and that's good. It's a good basis to learn how to breathe, learn how to focus on different things. That's all great, but eventually you're going to have to come down to the point of listening to the inner chatter and learning how to filter it, how to allow it. Because once you're listening to the inner chatter, it's not used to being listened to, and it wants the attention. And eventually, as you keep practicing meditation, the inner chatter is going to quiet down because it's getting the attention that it's asked for. And from there, your meditations become more clear and more interesting things will come up. But again, don't let them get your whole focus. It's just interesting, you see it, and it passes by. And it's how to clear the mind and relax. Yes, interesting things will come and you'll think, oh, I have to remember this. But you don't, because it's all part of a continuing illusion. What you need to remember will be there at the end of meditation. Other interesting and pretty things are going to come in, and you're going to forget, and you're going to think, oh, I forgot so much important stuff, but you didn't, because it was just there. It's a pretty package, but there's nothing inside. So meditation is simply just listening to the inner chatter, not judging it, not analyzing it, not defending yourself, not getting upset or angry, because it's really just the inner voices wanting attention. And they're not used to getting attention, so they're going to be louder in the beginning. But as time goes by, the voice's volume will come down, and you'll get more and more important information that you'll have at the end of the meditation. And if you can't sit and meditate, you can still walk and meditate. You can still, do other things where you just, anything that you can relax enough to listen to the inner dialogue for a few minutes, and then move forward. And then meditation is pretty simple in itself. Now there are other aspects of meditation, but the main focus is just compassionately listening to the self. And once you can compassionately listen to yourself and its crazy talk, you can compassionately listen to anybody. And if you can compassionately listen to anybody, arguments are going to become irrelevant, because Whenever someone starts leveling up the argument, you can just listen to them quietly and let them go off. Because just like the ego, a lot of people just want to talk to hear themselves speak, and they don't care what they're really saying. But it's my opinion. I'd love to hear yours. What's next?